demonstration in my mind on my drive over here, and I swished every single shot. I swished every single shot. My shot didn't hit the rim. I swished every single shot. Before you can become a great shooter, or before you can be great at anything, you have to visualize yourself being great at it.
Yes, sir.
I didn't just wake up one day and was able to become a great shooter. It took me years and years of perfect practice. But visualization is the key. And then Coach said to me, he said, what do you need? I said, I need a passer, and I need somebody to keep track of my shots for me. He said, what about a rebound? I said, that's what my passer does. He passes. Rebound means to gather a, I don't say that word, I don't think. See, if I wanted a rebounder, I'd travel with Dennis Rodman. And then, that would be an interesting thing. So it's all about a mindset. So you got to visualize yourself shooting the ball and swishing it. So I'm going to be like a little baby. Babies crawl before they walk, and they walk before they run. Now the thing is, as coaches, you got to put it on the players. If they want to become better shooters, you can give them the tools, the correct way to shoot the ball, the correct technique, but it's on them to go out and do it. You coach, sir? How many hours a week do you have for your team? 15 hours. You can't spend the whole 15 hours on shooting the ball, can you? You got to work on defense, ball handling, press. So somewhere the kid has to go out and he has to make shots, not excuses, and go out and shoot the ball the correct way. If you want to be the greatest shooter in the world, there's two things you do. Number one is you shoot the ball correctly. That's easy. I'll cover that in detail. The second part is if you want to be the greatest shooter in the world, you shoot the ball correctly more than anybody else in the world, and you'll be the greatest. And that's when they have excuses. It's a low cloud cover in Brazil. An Italian cruise liner, flipped over in the Mediterranean. You got a million excuses. They love to start when they bathe, babies crawl before they walk, and they walk before they run. I'm going to start 2 feet away. Why? It's the easiest shot. If I can't make a shot from 2 feet away, how am I going to make a shot away from 20 feet? So I'm coming in here. We'll build a shot from the ground up. I'm right-handed. My right foot's going to be my lead foot. I slide my left foot in my arch, and I bring it over shoulder apart. My feet are shoulder apart. I have a slightly open stance, stagnant stance. My toe is going to be a straight line to my target. I'm right-handed. My toe is a straight line to my target. My shot line is going to be my toe, my knee, my hip, my elbow, shoulder, wrist, and basket. And I'm going to start with one hand forward shoot. Left foot, shoulder apart. I bend and I extend. My legs begin to lift. Shooting hands in the center of the basketball. No matter how big or small my hand is, it's in the center of the basketball. By placing my hand in the center of the basketball, I control the ball and I balance the ball. I control and balance it. If my hand is on the side of the basketball, I cannot control or balance the ball. If my palm is on the basketball, my hand's in the center, I'm balancing it, but I'm not doing what? I'm not controlling it. So it's going to rest on my finger pads and fingertips. I should see daylight between my thumb and index finger. I should be able to stick 2 fingers underneath that ball. When you tell kids fingertips, you don't want to be the Shaquille O'Neal fingertips like this here. You don't want to shoot the ball like Shaquille O'Neal. Do bad rap albums like Shaq or bad movies like Shaq. So we want to be controlling the basketball. Finger pads, fingertips. So when I read the basketball, my pulse is slowly. If I read the basketball, I get the seams right. The black lines are seams, so I want to make sure I see the basketball. I read the basketball. So if my pulse is slow, I read the ball. Once I read the basketball, I lock my shooting arm in to form the letter L. My shooting arm forms the letter L. This is the single most important element of being a great shooter. The elbow keeps the basketball straight. The elbow is directly below my lead foot. I bend and extend. I cock my wrist back into the Like I said, you don't have that time. Kids have to get into the gym early, stay late, go to the courts. They have to do it on their own. So I spend 5 to 10 minutes every day that I practice for the next round. Guess what the first thing the New York Knicks do when they walk into the gym when we go in individually? We do that thing. Not only do things correctly, but we see the ball go in the basket. We don't come out and start launching three-pointers. Heaven forbid there was a 4-point line. This is where the kids would run to. 4-point line. So that's my first part of form shooting. Now, it's called one-hand form shooting. My right hand is called my shooting hand because we shoot the ball with that. Now we have to add a piece to the puzzle. I am now going to bring my left hand into the equation. We're talking about shooting a basketball. Does anyone know what the left hand's called here?
Guide hand.
What do you call left hand? The guide hand. Wonderful. What's the guide hand? You guys fall into? That's great. Never need to practice. If I had a guide hand, I'd never have to practice it. I would swish every single shot. Now, believe it or not, I saw some of you guys shooting when I walked by the gym. You know what they should call this hand? A misguide hand. Ball never went in the basket. So let's experiment. Don't count these shots. I don't think these shots are going to go in. We're going to see if the guide hand guides the ball in the basket. Let's see if this works. Now, I was going to get a laser installed on my index finger. I was going to get it done when I was in China. I go to China every year. The reason I was going to get it done in China, it would have been done quickly, cheaply, and it would break in a week. Now, if I got it installed in the United States, it would cost millions of dollars and years of research, and it never would get done. But let's see if this guide hand really guides the ball through. Now, I try to swish every shot, so my target is the center of the basket. I try to swish every shot. Do not count these shots, scorekeeper. Don't count these, because I don't think the guide hand works. The guide hand guides the ball into the basket. Now, remember, if I had a laser in this finger, the only thing these guys would remember, they say this guy had a laser in his finger. They wouldn't remember one thing about shooting the ball. What did I say the single most important element of shooting the ball was? See, you didn't pay any attention to it. Has no idea. Where did I say my toe pointed? No, I never said my toe pointed to the basket. See, we don't pay attention in detail. I said my toe pointed to the target. Sometimes I shoot a bank shot. I don't want my toe pointing to the basket if I'm shooting a bank shot. Greatness, you got to pay attention to detail. The single most important thing is shooting basketball is keep your elbows straight. Why am I here? Nobody listens to me. It's like being at home with my wife. So, the guide hand. Got a laser in my finger. It's pointing to the center hoop. I'm going to guide with one hand and shoot it with the other. Guide hand, shoot the hand. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Maybe it works off the dribble. All you guys like the dribble and not go anywhere.
Hey, Calvin.
Get in there. Now, it's not a violation to dribble and go somewhere. Just for your information. All right. So the guy here, there's no such thing. It does no such thing. The guy here, there's no such thing. So we have to change our terminology. By the way, how's everyone doing this evening?
Yeah, great.
I heard a guy say great. That's who I'm interested in. Everyone, good. Good is the enemy of greatness. You want to be a good shooter, you want to be a great shooter. Starts with your attitude. So how we doing tonight?
Great. Great.
Say it like you mean it.
Great.
You ever see a good movie? Can't remember the name of it. Yeah, that was a good movie. What was the name of it? That girl was beautiful. It was a great movie, you know everything. So it all starts with your attitude. Now, change your attitude from good to great. We have to change our terminology. Guide hand. It does no such thing. I said, if it was a guide hand, we never practiced with switching. Now, a lot of coaches give misinformation. I got misinformation when I was a kid. There's still a lot of so some coaches call this an off hand. Do you want your shot to be off? You want to be great, you think outside the box. You know what off is in the United States? Off is a bug spray. It keeps the bugs off you. Off. That's miss. It's a single girl. Mrs. Married woman. Think different. If you're going to be great, you got to think outside the box. Then, some coaches call this a non-shooting hand. If you're a non-shooter, that means you can't do what?
Shoot.
If you can't shoot, it's a negative term. If you're going to teach somebody to shoot, you got to build that confidence up. I've been doing camps and clinics for 27 years on all levels, from young kids to professionals. Kids 10 years old to 10-year NBA veterans. And I've never, ever called a player a non-shooter. However, I have told a great number of players, don't you ever shoot the ball. I am defining a role. Don't shoot, and you can be a great player and never shoot. Shaquille O'Neal, do you want him to shoot the ball?
Nope. No.
No. Ben Wallace? No. Dennis Rodman? No. Dwight Howard? No. But they're still great players. So we are going to call this the balance game. It's got to balance the ball. And I'm going to come right back in and start with 2 people. 2 people apart. Peter saying, toe, and hit over a shooting hand, stays in the center basket. My balance hand will go on the side of the ball. The palm of the shooting hand does not touch the ball. The palm of the balance hand does not touch the ball. By placing the balance hand on the side of the basketball, I eliminate motion. If I eliminate motion, I will increase my accuracy. Eliminate motion, increase accuracy. The balance hand stops the balance of the ball and lift the ball. It does not shoot the basketball. I do not twist and turn the balance hand as that will affect rotation. And now when I freeze my follow through, I hold my hands up. My left hand stays on the left side of the body. My right hand on the right side of the body. I hold my hands high. If I twist and turn the balance hand, that will affect my rotation. A lot of players do this shit. Use that, please. They do that. Now notice when I drop that left hand, what's my body do?
Twist.
Twists and turns. If I do it at a high rate of speed, shoot a jump shot, I will not be on balance. So we practice form shooting first. One hand form shooting, 5 to 10 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes and the balance hand. Every day that I practice, these are the first 2 drills that I do. Form shooting, see the ball go in. Do things the correct way. It's the easiest thing in the world to do. Stand still, shoot the ball. Now, is there anyone here that shoots every day? Anybody shoot every day? Anybody shoot every day? Anybody? Anybody shoot every day? Good, you're honest. Nobody shoots every day. Nobody shoots every day. This young man's keeping track of my shots. When's the last time I lectured? That's it. This is my lecture book. See, I chart things. I've been charting things since I was 16 years old. You know why I started charting shots? Coach told me to keep track of your shots. So I listened. That's back in the day when people listened to coaches and parents before the internet. Found out that not everything's true, you know, because it's true on the internet. So I haven't spoken since January 12th. But in the meantime, you think I haven't shot a ball since January 12th? No, I practice. Perfect practice. So what did I do about that? Hold that thing set there. I can tell you that I'm serious about becoming a better shooter. I just keep track of my shots. Now, in America, you know, they have a tendency to tell stories in America. These kids are honest. Either that or they're scared. Maybe both. But in America, I say, everybody shoot every day, 500 hands go. I said, you shoot every day, huh? Oh, yeah. I said, no, you don't shoot every day. I don't shoot every day. I don't shoot every day. And I'm not going to lie to you and tell you I shoot every day. Every day I shoot, I record it. Every day I shoot, I record it. I've been doing it for years. So I asked the kid, I said, you shoot every day? He says, yeah. I said, did you shoot on my birthday? He says, I don't know. When is your birthday? Well, he shot every day. He doesn't need to know when my birthday is. But then I got to get him a little bit more. I says, you know, you're not a dumb kid. You don't go to summer school. He's like, no, of course I don't go to summer school. I said, my birthday's June 31st. Did you shoot on that day? Yes. I said, no, you didn't. There's only 30 days in the month of June. See? So at least one lie leads to another. But I'm not going to tell you. Give me a date in the past year, and I'll tell you whether I shot or not that day.
29th of November.
Is that your birthday? Most people pick their birthdays. Anniversary? Just a random date. You have no friends, nothing to celebrate. Okay? So the 29th of November. Wants to forget his birthday. 29th of November. That's like after Thanksgiving. Let's see. 29th of November. 29th of November. 3rd of November now. See, I kept a book. I used to get rid of a book every year, but now we got to go green, save a tree, and all that. October 28th. October. How did I? Okay, October. Switched over too many pages. September, was it November what?
29.
November 29th. Man, I don't even see, I'm jet lagged that I'm going backwards. November 29th, I was at MSG. Everybody know what MSG is? Madison Square Garden. That's where we play. And there it is. See, every day I write something that looks like Russian code. Every day I'm telling you what I did. So if you're serious about being a shooter, you need to keep track of shots. Put it on the kids. They want to say, tell them to have a journal. So we keep track of shots. You guys keep track of shots? No, of course not. You think I got to carry a notebook around? No, I got a phone now. They can punch it in on your phone. So now we're finished. We visualize ourselves. We see ourselves shooting and swishing. If you are forward shooting now, you have to get ready to see yourself. The ladies are like, how do you do that? It's a concept foreign to women. Being ready early. My wife's laid off. I got a 7-year-old daughter. I fight it every single day. When I take my daughter to school, we are never late. I go on a road trip for a week. McKenna, how was school? Oh, well, it was great. I was late every single day. How does that happen? So I want to get ready to shoot the basketball. Now, the first thing we get ready is our head. Shots are made before they're taken, the mental part of shooting. I am visualizing myself shooting and swishing. I'm going to have something to hold up or give a shot. Alright, so I'm visualizing myself shooting it and swishing. Shot made, catch it on balance, shoot it on balance, and land on balance. Catch the ball with 2 hands and 2 eyes. Catch it on balance. That's still working up there. It's still good. Okay, it's a little lighter now. Catch on balance. Shoot on balance. See, it's this thing that messed me up. So we want to catch and shoot on balance. So I visualize myself shooting it and swishing. Hands ready before I receive the basketball. Feet ready, step forward before I receive the ball. Catch it on balance. Shoot it on balance. Land on it. Shoot. I want to release the ball. Wait for the top of my jump. If I wait until the top of my jump, my momentum's on a downward slip. And when I shoot the ball, I will go slightly towards my target. I will stay in my tracks, but I will go slightly towards my target. Catch it. Sight. Shoot. My shot is the same every time. Now when I shoot the ball, where did I say I'll go?
Towards the target.
Slightly towards the target in my tracks. Now I get this interpreted all the time by my players, my wife and daughter. So slightly towards the target. And I'll have players say, Coach Hopla said, shoot the ball and go forward. It's not exactly slightly towards the target. So let's watch. These guys here, players in the world, we're not counting these next shots, so we're not going to do mine. Coach Hopla said, shoot the ball and do what? Go where? Slightly towards the basket. But see, towards the basket or forward is this. Okay, I see this crazy old guy. He said, shoot the ball with the ball. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh my God, you gotta know this ball. You're out of control. That's what you got misinterpreted. Then we have other shooters, the drifters. Wide open shot. Wide open shot. Ball. Oh man, I got fouled. What do you mean? You gotta look at this belief that you missed the shot. That player should have a look at this when they make the shot. I'm shooting the ball there, but I want to go this way while I'm doing it. Yeah, make it more difficult. Get extra points with that. Live shot. And then the fadeaway jump shot. Who shoots the fadeaway jump shot? Come on, who shoots it? I see you moving. Somebody. Who shoots the fadeaway?
Kobe.
Calvin.
Coach is calling now. Throw him under. Oh, my pass. The fadeaway. Why do you shoot?